Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. My name is Busola. I am a medical doctor living in Lagos, Nigeria. I make videos about medicine and lifestyle. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button right now. Check out all of my other videos. I have a lot of interesting videos for you already, and I'm going to be having more as time goes. Okay, so in today's video I decided to make a relatively highly requested video for you guys today, just so that the questions that I get on what I want to talk about is just going to reduce, because it seems like a lot of you guys are confused about what happens after medical school. Like, after medical school, then what next? I see a lot of people asking me, oh, now that you're done with medical school and you're working, what is your field of specialization? And you know, things like that pretty much. So I'm just going to be talking about what the next thing is, what the next step is, or what happens after medical school. Okay, what the different options are for you if you're a medical student, or if you're thinking of going into medical school, or if you're just curious about what really happens and what the steps are to take after medical school. So if that is a video that you're interested in, then please keep on watching. Okay, after you're done with medical school, obviously the next thing is to graduate and to do induction. So you are going to be inducted into the medical profession. It's always such a remarkable event for every medical student. It's like literally one of the biggest days of our lives. Okay, and yeah, I vlogged my own induction. It is on my channel. If you've not watched it, please go watch it. I'll leave a link right here and in the description box. Okay, so yeah, you do that. For us, our induction took about a month and a half after our results, after our final year results came out. Okay, so sometimes for some schools it may be shorter, for some schools it may be longer, and it also even depends on what is happening right then. You know, it depends on your year, so the time is not how do I put it, the time frame is not constant. Before your induction, while you're waiting, you register on the Nigerian Medical Association portal as a doctor, where you will pay some fees and you are going to get your provisional license. So you are going to get a license to practice for a whole year, and then subsequently you are going to be renewing that license pretty much. So we did that before we got inducted into the medical profession, and then after that we got inducted, and yeah, we were literally just let out into the wild, like pretty much just go fend for yourself. Like, we taught you all that we think that you need to know. Go into the wild and prosper. Pretty much, that's pretty much how the entire thing went. Okay, after that day of induction, I know for a fact that there are a lot of my classmates that I will never ever see again. Now the next step, which is quite compulsory for everybody, it is mandatory. Okay, it's mandatory, except if you never ever want to practice medicine at all. You have to do your internship, your house job, your housemanship. So people call it different things, call it housemanship, house job, internship. It is a mandatory 1 year period where you work as a doctor, pretty much as a house officer in one of the approved hospitals in Nigeria. So there are a list of approved hospitals, mostly public hospitals, federal hospitals, state hospitals, and a few private hospitals. There are not a lot of private hospitals where you can actually do your house job. There are just a few. Okay, so you get to choose from any of those hospitals. Previously, you just apply to any hospital that you want. You go for interviews, you know, they shortlist you, you come back, whatnot. But recently, I think in the last like 2 years, the NMA came up with a portal where pretty much all of the federal hospitals are on the portal now. So if you want placement, you have to go to that portal. It's pretty much the way they do NYSC kind of. So any available slots will be on the portal, and you just get to click on the hospital that you want and you get posted. No need for interview, no need for exams, nothing, you just get posted. Now the only disadvantage to this is that the hospitals that a lot of people want, you rarely ever see it on the portal, and once it comes up, in a matter of seconds or minutes, it is gone. Like poof, gone, literally. Like you can see a particular hospital on the portal like right now, and then the next second is gone. People have completely filled the slots. Okay, so that is the only disadvantage about this. The second thing actually is that you cannot change your option. If you pick a particular hospital on the portal, you cannot change your choice. You have to go to that hospital. Okay, you literally have to go to that hospital in 2 weeks to go and resume for work wherever you pick. Okay, so you have to be careful to not just pick a random place that you actually don't want to go to. I think those two things are the disadvantages of picking a federal hospital on that portal. Now to the private and the state hospitals, you actually can still apply directly to those places because those places are not on the portal. The disadvantage to this is that you have to do the interviews. You have to come for interview, come for tests, come for so many different things, and to be honest, that process is really stressful, especially if it is in a different state or a different town than where you currently live. Okay, I wanted Lagos, and so I had to be traveling down for interviews. I actually only applied to 2 hospitals, and I actually really wanted the one, but I decided to apply to another one just in case, you know, just to not put all my eggs in one basket. Pretty much write exams, you write tests, they are really short and brief, and then you come back for interviews where they ask you like a few clinical questions, and then after a while they shortlist people and they ask you to come for your employment letter and you start your housemanship. I feel like I'm going to make a separate video on that on its own, because that whole process, the ghetto, okay, you guys, so stressful. Like the whole process is just like so stressful and just crazy, very crazy. Okay, during your house job year, which is a full year, you get paid. Okay, you get paid based on where you are working. If you are working in a federal hospital, every federal hospital in Nigeria right now gets paid the exact same amount. Okay, it is less than 200,000 naira. I think about 180 something thousand naira right now. I'm not absolutely sure, but it's around that price. And then if you now go to say a private hospital or a state hospital, it depends on what they are paying at that particular hospital. So yeah, pretty much everything ranges around that 200,000 naira ballpark. Some places are actually quite low, like 120, 130, 140, 150,000 naira, while some are like higher, like 200 and around that ballpark, give or take. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for house job. Now after your 1 year of housemanship, you can decide to do NYSC. So the next step actually for most people is to do their NYSC, which is the National Youth Service Corps. It is compulsory for everybody who wants to work in Nigeria, not just for doctors, but for every graduate who wants to work in Nigeria. If you want to work in Nigeria, you have to serve Nigeria for 1 full year. If you don't want to work for Nigeria and you feel like there's no chance that you are going to work in a federal institution or serve the nation in any way, like maybe hold a political post, then you can decide to actually forgo NYSC and not do it. But most people in Nigeria do it, and that is another period of 1 year as well, where you're working as a doctor, depending on where you are posted and then where you get your NYSC placement. So you pretty much also work as a medical doctor during that time. So after that 1 year of NYSC, then another step, this is where everything gets like dicey, because now you actually now need to pick a path. Like the options, the options are endless. Okay, so the first thing that you can decide to do, and I'm just going to briefly mention this, is to decide to not practice medicine at all, right? I know a lot of people who literally went to medical school, did house job, did NYSC as doctors, and after that they're like, you know what, this life is not for me. I want to be a fashion designer, I want to be a makeup artist, I want to go into tech, and then they just go into that and forgo medicine completely. Okay, so that is one option. The second option is to do further studies. So you can go for your masters in whatever you want to do. It may be a medicine related course or not, if you are trying to venture out away from medicine and not practice. So you can do your masters, you can go on and proceed to PhD if you want that academic life. Now the third, which is more cliche, is to actually practice medicine. Now there are two options for you. If you actually want to practice medicine, you can either just do general practice, where you are going to be a general practitioner and not specialize in anything particularly, like it's just general practice, so you don't particularly have any area of specialization. And yeah, there are a lot of people who just actually do that, or some people do that for a while just to like earn money and whatnot before they enter into the second option, which is to do your residency. Your residency is the program where you get to specialize in a particular medical field, be it obstetrics and gynecology, surgery, internal medicine, psychiatry, radio, you know, the list is endless. Okay, so depending on what you actually want to specialize in, you enter into residency and do that pretty much. So now there are two options for this as well. You can either stay in Nigeria and do it, or do what a lot of people are doing now, move out of the country pretty much. Like you can either do your residency here or do your residency abroad. The options are literally endless, so you can do it in practically any country pretty much. It's just that the peculiarities differ for different countries, and then the level of difficulty of getting into residency programs abroad differs as well. So yeah, pretty much. So you can either go to the UK, to the US, to Canada, Australia, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, you know, whatnot, to start your residency program. But if you want to do it in Nigeria, you have to first of all write an exam, and it's called primaries. That is the exam that you have to pass to get into a residency program in Nigeria. And then you pretty much do your residency program, and at the end of your residency you become a consultant, which basically means specialist in whatever field you are at pretty much. So at that point you are a specialist and you have become the boss. Okay, pretty much. Depending on what you want to specialize in, it literally can take between 4 years and above. Also, you are writing exams as well. So residency programs, you have to write exams to advance. So you are advanced from a junior registrar or a junior resident to a senior resident, and then to a consultant. And those different steps, you have to write exams that you have to pass to advance up until you become a consultant. And if you don't pass, you have to repeat that stage again. So it depends on how long it takes you to pass all the exams, but the least time it will take you to pass all the exams, if you are going to pass once, is 4 to 5 years, depending on what program you actually want to what program you are doing, or what you want to specialize in pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much it for people who want to specialize in Nigeria. If you want to specialize abroad, you have to also write certain exams to be employed in whatever country that you want to work in. For the UK, it is PLAB. PLAB is PLAB 1 and 2. For the US, it is USMLE, and so on. So different countries also have their different exams that immigrants have to write to become a doctor in their country. And those processes can actually be very time consuming and money consuming as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the major steps, or those are the things that you get to do after medical school. So I pretty much just summarized it into a really short video just so you have an idea. So pretty much, for the people who are asking me what am I specializing in right now, I've not started specializing. I am still doing my house job. I'm still doing my housemanship. So for housemanship, you rotate 4 different units. So you rotate obstetrics and gynecology, surgery, internal medicine, and pediatrics. So I'm not specializing in anything right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I try to make this video as short as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this answered a lot of your questions. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. And finally, you already know the drill. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I'll see you in my next one. Okay, bye.